In this video, we check out a must-play Terraria mod that adds in tons of post-Moonlord bosses. This mod easily might have some of the most unique bosses I've ever seen. Let's check it out. Alright, so we are here with the Homeward Journeys mod, or Homeward Journey mod, and we haven't really checked it out in a minute. It's probably been like a year, maybe two, maybe even more, since the last time I did a video about it. And it's a great mod, man. It's solid. If you're looking for like a vanilla-like Terraria mod that adds in a bunch of post-Moonlord content slash bosses, it's this mod, because this mod literally adds in like 9 of them. Barely any pre-hard mode boss, one pre-hard mode boss, and then like a couple of hard mode bosses. AKA, you know, the name of the mod, Homeward Journey. We hit the journey's end. Now it's time to head homeward. Boom, post-Moonlord content. But yeah, let's get to it. Y'all know how these videos starts. Of course, we checking out the weapons. Let's get straight to it. We got Dr. Expeller. Fires an apple. Interesting. And it looks cool. And not only does it fire an apple, but the apple splits apart into apple slices. So let's bring in some decently hard enemies. Sure, let's bring in an enemy from the mod, these little abyss skull enemies. And let's go ahead and hit them with this. I like it. You know, it's always nice to see some regular swords, especially for the melee class. And next up, we got the hard knuckle. Hold left click to charge. So this is One Punch Man, but I throw my fist. Pretty much like that One Punch Man mod we checked out. We could throw it pretty far. It looks like it homes in at a certain range because it hit that enemy all the way over there. So it's pretty cool. I mess with this. After that, we got handy bandages. This reminds me of like the chain guillotines. So pretty much we got like a stronger chain guillotines. Yeah, chain guillotines definitely doing 140 a hit. Pretty cool. Reminds me of something. I don't know. I can't put my hand on it. Literally, handy bandage. It reminds me of something from some video game and I don't know which one. And it's kind of bothering me. Is it Paper Mario? I don't know. I really don't know. Someone in the comments will tell me that. After that, we got a yo-yo. 15 o'clock. Look at this. We got a very strong yo-yo. It shoots out projectiles. I believe the projectiles home. Maybe. Possibly. No, they just go around in a circle. Okay. So you do get a little extra DPS if you know how to aim this thing. And just get it in a sweet spot where it hits an enemy multiple times. After that, we have the galvanized hand. Right click to dash with a short period of invincibility. So it is a spear slash trident looking weapon. Pretty cool swing animation. You know, it's got that cool spear animation. And then we can right click and we can go in any direction with it. So pretty cool. Let's go ahead. I don't know. Let's bring out the king slime and let's right click on him. Oh my god. It does do like 2,000 damage. And then let's go ahead and see the left click. It does shoot a little projectile. So I think it would double hit an enemy with the projectile and just the normal hit itself. So sick. On to some ranged weapons. We're gonna start off real simple here. You ever want to throw a watermelon at somebody? I gotcha. Let's bring in the king slime and let's throw watermelons at him. So kind of like the apple sword that splits into slices. This also splits into watermelon slices. This mod actually has a decent amount of throwing weapons. Classified as ranged weapons, obviously, because that's how it is nowadays. After that, we got the Force in Nature. This mod has a lot of Team Fortress references. I think back when I used to play TF2, I had a phase where I played TF2 like crazy in like 2015. And my main go-to was the Scout. And I think the Force in Nature was also my go-to shotgun. I don't remember specifically, but I'm pretty sure I use this. Let's go ahead. Let's see it in action. Let's bring out the Queen Bee. Why not? So it does shoot super fast, which is pretty cool. And then obviously we got the little right click that gives us the boost. I'm assuming that right click also does damage. Yeah. After that, we got the airstrike. Rockets chase after cursor location. So we can shoot multiple rockets and we can just straight up just home in using our mouse. Another cool thing about this mod is there's a lot of launchers. So for that rare elusive rocket launcher only playthrough, that's pretty much impossible in vanilla Terraria unless you include a couple like subclass weapons that I guess you could call rocket launchers or just launcher weapons. But this mod adds in a bunch, so you know, maybe if I ever do like a rocket only playthrough, I'll have this mod installed. Next up, we got the shield machine. Here we build our fortresses against the sky. Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh my god. So this also follows our cursor, and as you can see, does it bounce off of, whoa, it bounces off like the same blocks. Pretty sick. This I feel like would do a lot of damage, so I'm gonna bring in somebody with a lot of health. Now does it just bounce multiple times? It literally like bounces off enemies. That's pretty cool. I like this. And last but not least, we got a pyro weapon from TF2. I don't know how to say this. Ignores points of defense. Right click to double your damage for 8 seconds. So let's do the left click. And then boom, right click, you get the little more damage buff and we insta kill it. All right, next up we got some magic weapons here. Let's start with this one, Metal Gear. And I ain't talking about solid. Let's see it in action. Okay, so we literally shoot out gears and they connect in between. So if an enemy goes in between that, they take damage. Pretty sick. I like that idea. On to the Mega Cannon. Of course, Mega Man's hand cannon fires a plasma ball to destroy some of the enemy projectiles. Can't be used when inflicted with mana sickness. Got it. That's like most weapons though, ain't it? So if you ever wanted to play as Mega Man, I got y'all with this weapon right here. All right, after that, we got Vector Edition. Now look at this. This is a very interesting tome. We shooting at right angles. We're literally creating right angles. Let's bring in a hefty high health boss, and it seems like they actually home in. Like, look at that. Kind of reminds me of what's the dude from DC? Is it Brainiac? No, Darkseid. Darkseid's like laser he shoots where it just like curves and homes in. That's what this reminds me of. We got the Quartz Obliterator after that, the power to understand and transform nature. Let me see. Ooh, this thing got a crazy fire rate. And last but not least, for our major weapons, we got Elysium. Everything you did will come back to you like a boomerang. I don't know. Whoa, this is cool. We're shooting out an insane amount of projectiles. Okay, hold up. Let's bring in somebody we never bring in. Queen Slime, welcome. You get to get destroyed by this crazy weapon. Yeah, again, this mod has a lot of post-moon lore content, so the weapons are going to be super hard hitting. All right, I took out all our summoning weapons here. Let me make sure I give myself some extra slots. And I guess while I'm at it, I might as well give myself like a monk belt just so I get an extra sentry slot. But let's start with this. Sinking West. Summon the space crack to fight for you. Not the space ass crack, just literally a crack. The more summons we use, you can see it does get a little bit bigger every time. Pretty cool. So it's one of those summons where it's a single summon that gets stronger the more you summon it. Let's bring in Queen Bee. Go ahead, space crack. As we can see, it's spawning in enemies from space. Not space theme enemies, but you know what I mean. And it's a cool and interesting, unique summon. I like this idea. It's an interesting concept. There's actually a good variety too, as you can see. Zombie slimes, the little eyeballs, and then the skulls. Pretty cool. After that, we got Understanding. Summon the fairy's rifle to fight for you. Oh, we for real gonna have an understanding once I pull out the Glocks. The blunderbuss. If somebody pulled up on me with a blunderbuss, take all my money. Everything, you can have it, bro. A blunderbuss is crazy. All right, let's bring out the golem. It's pretty much just a circle of shotguns around you, a circle of rifles. I like it. After that, we got the phantom staff. Let's see what they bring out. Ooh, it kind of brings out that one lunatic cultist special attack. I don't remember what the attack's called. Something vision? Golden vision, I think. Let's see. Ancient vision. Pretty strong too. Took care of golem, no problem. Next up, we have a sentry, I think. And this brings out a little lightning cloud. I love sentries. Sentries are very underrated in vanilla Terraria, so it's always fun seeing mods add them in. All right, after these sentries though, we got like literally a sentry gun. TF2 engineer, go ahead. Rain havoc. Hey, watch out for the spies though. They might zap my shit. I also really like when sentries are literally sentry guns. It's a little favorite thing I like about sentries like this. All right, I teleported far away just so we wouldn't get the sentry shooting over and over. But we got some whips. Let's start with this one. Minions summon tridents from below when hitting a targeted enemy. Okay, so let's bring in a couple of minions. Okay, that might not be the best. Let's do these guys. And then let's bring in the golem again. And I'm gonna hit the whip. And we're gonna see the little trident shooting out. You see them coming through like a little portal and shooting upwards. After that, we have the inciting incident. Let's see what this looks like. So it's like an invisible whip. We see like all the explosions and power from it, but there's no actual whip itself. It's kind of an interesting whip to have. After that, we have Oasis. Look at this one. It summons in like 7 other whips with it. Whip only playthrough, here I come. But there you go. I created an insane mess, but there was a majority of weapons there. A lot of cool ones we checked out. On to the next thing. All right, so we got a bunch of cool armors here, as you can see. Don't want to get into too many details about the armors, because obviously a lot of things to read. There is an early game summoner set, as we can see, which I noticed mods add in a lot because Terraria, you don't have an early game summoner set. Well, they got the Flink's fur coat, but that's literally just a fur coat. But yeah, a lot of these, as you can see, got a lot of defense post Moonlord content, man. So these things got to be pretty bulky. They got to be pretty strong. A lot of cool looking sets. But another cool thing is that these are not just vanities anymore. They're actually armor sets, which I mess with. I kind of really liked it because these are some cool looking vanities, man. So they can be worn as more than just vanities, as we can see all the stats on them, and they're pretty good too, so you can wear them late game. Next up though, before we get into the bosses, I know you guys want to get to the bosses, but let's check out some of the mounts, starting with this one. A little golden saddle. We get this super fast slime. After that, we got this military engine. Summons a civilian tank. The tank automatically places platforms before you. So if we put platforms in our inventory and we hop in this thing, look at that. It places platforms. So a nice little way to build arenas if you're really lazy. Or you could just install a mod that auto builds them. And then after that, we got this little snowflake here. Pretty sick. Reminds me of that blue magic mount that I always used to use in the past. I like it. One more little thing I found that was pretty cool is this Fishman's Delight Free Market Enterprise Zero Duty Trading System Server Terminal. There's coins you get from the angler or you get from fishing, and you can trade in those coins and get fishing items and even spawners too, so you don't have to craft spawners all the time and find them. Just thought it was a little something cool, a little cool idea. But let us get into what everyone's waiting for, the bosses. Of course, the first boss from this mod, the only pre-hard mode boss, this dude right here, Marquise Moon Squid. It's probably not Marquise is how you say it, but I don't know. Marquise, he looked like a Marquise. But let's bring in the Moon Squid. I hope we don't have to fight him at night. It probably would make sense if you fought him at night though. He's a Moon Squid. Oh, I forgot to put it on master mode. Hold up, my bad, bro. Now bring him back in master mode this time. And as you can see, it's already like 10 times faster and more intense, more projectiles. He summons in little bloopers, my bad, copyrighted beepers. But this would be a nice little tough fight. He's got 10k health, a pre-hard mode fight. Well, how many bosses have 10k health in pre-hard mode? That's like pre-wall of flesh. So around that area, Skeletron has 10k. Where is Deerclops? He's got 15k. So yeah, he'd be sort of towards the end of pre-hard mode, which is the area where, you know, I wish there was a little bit more in. Speaking about a little bit more in Vanilla Terraria, there's one area, I should make a video about this in the future. There's like 1 or 2 areas in Vanilla Terraria that I always feel is super lacking. The number 1 spot I feel like in Vanilla Terraria that's super lacking, as I wait for him to do all his attacks, is Hell. Like, what do you do in Hell besides fight the wall of flesh? Not much, right? You really don't do too much there, and I wish it had more purposes, especially in hard mode. Like, I don't know, it should be like a hard mode boss, or maybe like they should make the hard mode ores specifically spawn down here, even though like most of the time that is how I get like my titanium and adamantite is I search down here. But you know what I mean. Give me a bigger reason to return to Hell in hard mode, because I ain't going down there to get the tax collector, and even when I am down there and I find them, I usually don't have purifying powder on me. But yeah, that was Marquise the Moon Squid. Shout out Marquise. Next up on our list is a hard mode boss, that being the Priestess Rod. You guys ever wanted to get penetrated by a rod? I mean, fight a rod before? It's an interesting question both ways, honestly. But yeah, we got the Priestess Rod here. Somebody a long time ago told me what this boss was based on, and I don't remember what they said. I always thought it was an interesting boss. Makes that generic boss screaming noise. My favorite. But yeah, let's do some damage. This thing has 60k health. Oh my god, master mode. But yeah, shoots tornadoes, shoots the projectiles. As you can see, it's getting a little bit faster in terms of the projectiles it's shooting as the health goes down further. You know, a nice little mech boss here. It reminds me of a mech boss. It might not specifically be one, but it reminds me of one. Just because, I don't know, it looks metallic. I also like the relic here. That was just a rod. But speaking about mech bosses, I'm gonna skip the next boss and go straight to this next boss, because we were just talking about mech bosses, and this mod also adds in a mech version of the Brain of Cthulhu. Look at that. Oh, I like always seeing, oh, 1.2.41. That was a good Terraria update. I think it's like Duke Fishron area, right? What is this fight? This is kind of crazy. Whoa, my boy changed the background. Oh, Duke Fishron, see? I told y'all, Duke Fishron, man. Okay, was this also when the Terrorblade was added in? I don't know. It's just like a themed 1.2.41 boss fight. But yeah, I love seeing all the different iterations of a mech boss, or a mech Brain of Cthulhu, I mean. It's a fun idea, but this fight already seems kind of insane. 1.3.6, hey, 1.3 is a solid update. Probably one of the best Terraria updates ever. So I'm interested to see where this boss fight goes with 1.3. What is he gonna bring in? The Moon Lord? Oh my god. Solar Pillar? This is kind of sick. This is really sick. This might be my favorite boss from the mod so far. I don't remember this boss fight last time being like this at all. So it's definitely new. I'm kind of waiting to see all the attacks he brings out here. And obviously they're all themed to the pillars that it's attacking as. Is like a Moonlord theme? No? Okay, fine. What updates next? 1.4. Hey, it took years to come out and it was a pretty solid update. What you got for us? Empress of Light, Queen Slime? Let's see. The desert. Okay, makes sense. The desert got a big overhaul in 1.4, especially the underground desert. So this is cool. I mess with this. Oh my god, the raining boulders. They know about the boulder memes. Let's go ahead and do our damage. Okay, thank God he didn't bring out 1.1 mech bosses. Those things still give me nightmares. But yeah, this is a super detailed fight, especially compared to the last two bosses we just fought, which they're pretty simple boss fights. But then we get to this one, and this is crazy. So let's go ahead. Let's do some damage. Get it low. See if we get any other attacks. This attack is pretty insane. That little grid right there. He's constantly moving at you, and he spawns that grid. You got to really be careful and make sure you got good space. Yeah, I think that's all. That is easily my favorite boss so far. Shout out to Mother Brain. After that, we have the Diver. Destroy a portal to another world in the abyss, or use that. Okay, so this mod does add in its own, abyss ocean biome. So you can see there's a big giant black square down here. That's for later. But if you like underwater abyss biomes, for example, Calamity, Aquatic Depths, the Crab Cave from Akus, well, guess what? I got something for y'all. So let's bring in this Diver. I kind of want to bring in the portal they were talking about just to see what it looks like. Aha, portal to another dimension. Hold up, nether portal. Let's go ahead, let's break it, and let's see the Diver. A very scary looking wall of flesh type boss, or I guess I should say, what's the dude that Cthulhu's based off of? I don't remember his name. It's not coming to me right now. You know who I'm talking about. He's got little, I don't know what the hell those are. Teeth? Something. I don't know what the hell those are. You're dropping him from the sky. He's got a little dash attack. He's got demon sights that follow behind him. See, if I wasn't in a cramped area, this fight might have been scarier. This honestly might be like an ideal place to fight this boss, because it looks like most of his projectiles just be breaking on things. Let's go ahead. Let's do some more damage to him. Get him a lot lower. See what other attacks he brings out. He's speeding up. He's shooting a lot more projectiles. There was like 10 times the amount of demon sights when he did those dashes. But other than that, he doesn't seem too bad in terms of difficulty. And also you get to fight him in the new biome. That was all our hard mode and pre-hard mode bosses though. It's time to head on to the post Moonlord bosses. Let me go ahead and kill some vanilla bosses though, to make sure any progression things are completely unlocked. Actually, one thing here, the twins are different. As you can see visually, they're different, and they have a little bit of a different fight, as we can see. Whoa, my boy literally turned into the sun. That is one thing I read really quickly, but I wasn't really paying attention to. So hey, good that I fought these bosses, summoned them in so we could see the little differences. What the? This is an insane attack. This might be cooler than 90% of all Terraria vanilla bosses. Look at this. These are some sick attacks, bro. And not to mention, their sprites are also cool. But yeah, anyways, let me just get rid of them. Don't worry about them. We got 9 bosses to go over here. Let's get through them. Starting with this giant black square down here. We can finally check it out. How do I get in this bitch? I really don't even know. Alright, this first boss is the Wall of Shadows. This was my favorite boss in the past. Alright, let's use an ultimate torch. So you actually do have to teleport in here is what it looked like. Yeah, ultimate torch. Let's see. Oh my god. So this was my favorite boss last time I checked out this mod, because it's such an interesting concept. It's literally a wall of shadows slowly coming towards you. And if you watch the original video I did a while back about this, you will see that if you let the wall come all the way to the end and take over the whole screen, it kills you, even in God mode. So the whole point of this fight is it's a pretty fast fight. You want to get it over with because you don't want the wall to cover the whole screen. And And as you can see, we did a lot of damage. It pushed them back. It's such a sick idea. It's such a unique idea. I love when Terraria mod developers experiment and do something different. I don't want every single boss to be, you know, a worm boss. I don't want every single boss to be some circular square object that dashes back and forth and shoots projectiles, which this mod has a lot of those. No offense to them, they're still solid fights, but you know, I've seen it all before. So when I see something like this, it's such a, you know, breath of fresh air. I really get excited seeing stuff like this. Yeah, you're confined in this little arena. You gotta hit the eyeballs. You gotta watch out for the little spears he shoots, the little beams the eyeballs be shooting. It's an awesome fight, and I like how after you kill it, it's just pure darkness again in here. After that, we got a queen slime. We got a king slime. We got other slime bosses from other mods. But what about the slime god? This apparently is a space boss, and I definitely did not fight it in space last time. What's like the best? Damn, this island's way up here. Okay, we'll go to this one, and I'm gonna actually break all this. Oh, okay, I guess I'm not. This was another boss I really messed with because it just has like a bunch of solar flare effects, which I think is always cool. This dude was the poster child of the video last time. He was the thumbnail. Will he make it again? Maybe, because it seems like, shoot, people that like watching Terraria videos like seeing giant shiny lights in the thumbnail. What the? Where'd he go? Come on back, but this time please don't jump off the island. All right, let us do some damage though. He summons in little minions. He's got little beams that he was shooting at us, little beams of sunlight. I expect some crazy stuff from the supposed sun god. Oh, there we go. He's shooting out some crazy projectiles, some little crazy like vortexes of sunlight. He's more of like a sun god than a slime god. Yeah, let's do some more damage. Let's probably get him to like around half health. See what real potential he's gonna take out. I might have to put on some armor or accessories because I feel like I'm not hitting that hard. Look how much health this boss has. Where are you going? You're trying to run away from me again. This boss has 700k health. Oh, here we go. Phase 2. Damn! That shit was loud as hell. So kind of like the queen slime, how the queen slime gets wings later on. What is this? Am I allowed to touch that? Apparently you're not supposed to have flight while fighting this guy. Let's do some more damage. I like that little attack. He summons in like a bunch of shields is what it looked like, and they shoot beams out. What else does he have for me? Of course he got a giant laser. He needs one of those. You are not a crazy Terraria boss fight if you don't have at least one giant laser ability. I kind of want to kill him so his damn eagle stops screaming in my ear. Alright, the next boss is the Overwatcher. And it says right click the hollowed altar when the sands float without touching anything. No idea what that means, so I think I'm going to just use cheat sheet. Overwatcher, and I ain't talking about the booty ass game. What we got here? Oh, I remember this dude. This dude was sick. Let me fight him at nighttime because it looks cooler at nighttime, I believe. We get to really see like the little effects at the edge of the screen. But this dude is like a super advanced, like Eye of Cthulhu looking boss. He's got the time shooting at us. Let's do some big boy damage. Show us what you got. I think I remember this dude having some pretty crazy attacks. Honestly, they're all post-Moon Lord bosses. They should all have some insane attacks like this. What is this? I gotta be constantly moving when that attack happens. Oh, here we go. Phase 2. What you got for us? Okay. His sort of like clocks, I don't know, stopwatches popped out of the socket and now they're attacking us. Reminds me of like when Turkor has like 3 heads. Kind of looks like Plantera now that I look at it. We can only hit the little stopwatches that he has out. We can't hit him directly. These are an insane amount of projectiles. Like, I really don't know how I would go about dodging these. Oh, we get him. Cool fight. I like that one. That might be my favorite one. Actually, no, I kind of like all of these so far. The Wall of Shadows, though, for sure, is probably my all-time favorite. After that, we have the Lifebringer. Let's make it daytime because I feel like daytime is when you'd fight something called a Lifebringer. Is this a Boo type ghost? It is. Look. What the heck? What the hell is my boy doing back there? He heard me. He disappeared as soon as I said that. All right, Lifebringer. This one. Okay, not that one. This one. Boom. This is our hard mode or post Moonlord worm boss. I expect this to be insane. We got a little leaf ring around the boss as we can see. And I think we can't damage the boss unless we're in this leaf ring. Yeah, so that is a very, very interesting concept. And we can only hit the little like apple. Is this like an Adam and Eve reference or something? Like a snake and there's an apple? I don't know. Am I reaching? What y'all think in the comments? Yeah, this is already pretty insane. A bunch of projectiles and you could only hurt this boss in a specific area. So this can be a tough one. Any boss fight where you gotta be like very specific in where you attack and where you stand is always going to be tough. This dude has 300k health, so the health ain't too high. But he's making up for it with all the projectiles he's shooting out. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill it. I'm not seeing too many other attacks here. Honestly, I didn't expect too many other attacks because that looks like that would be a tough fight. After that, we have the materializer. Now, I believe this was the last boss the original time we checked out this mod. We got a cool little ice theme. Well, I don't know if he's ice themed or just blue, but he's got this cool like effect on the outside of the screen. He's got cool attacks, geometry. This is a very cool attack. I actually really like that. What do we have to hit? Him? His face? Or can we hit his hands? Let's see. No, just his face. They're kind of like a post-Moon Lord Skeletron. Hold up, I'm just realizing. It's connecting to me. I just seen the vision. We had a post-Moon Lord eye. We had a post-Moon Lord Eater. We had a post-Moon Lord Skeletron. It just hit me. Does that not make sense? I don't know. Mod developers, if you ever watch this video, let me know. Am I connecting the dots? This dude straight up using all geometry type of attacks. And I hate geometry. Let's kill him. This laser attack looks tough. You have to like legit get in between the lasers right when they stop. Yeah, let's do more damage. See if he brings out some tougher attacks. He gonna start pulling out mathematic, like legit equations. And you gotta type in like the numbers at the bottom or else you take damage. Hey, that would be a crazy boss fight if there was one like that. Yeah, I feel like we've seen all his attacks. I kind of like how each attack is represented with whatever shape he has on his hands. Pretty cool. Sick idea. This square attack looks like it's probably going to be one of the tougher ones. But there you go. We're getting into completely new territory here in terms of bosses. Starting with this one right here, the ordeals. Use the karma plug while aiming at the critical point located in space. What the hell does this even mean? Okay, so holding this thing, it detects the critical points. I have no idea how this works. Does it like point in the direction? No. Oh, I'm getting closer. Oh, I'm getting further. Oh, I found it. Yo, spirits of the past forest has awoken. What is this? What did we just stumble upon? Is this a bullet hell? This looks like a bullet hell. So you might have to like set up an arena and dodge all this because there's nothing to attack. Okay, this is an interesting concept. Is this all this is going to be though? There's no boss fight? I can kind of understand what's called the ordeals now. So you got to last 270 seconds. God damn it. I'm assuming that changes with the difficulty. Oh man, they're adding in more attacks. This for surely about to be a super long video. It's all good. I know you like those. This 100% reminds me of like Binding of Isaac. The music included is like 100% Binding of Isaac type shit. But yeah, if we got to do this like 10 more times, I'll probably just skip all of it, even if it is different. All right, moving on to the next boss. We're gonna skip the remaining ordeals because I mean, it said that we defeated the boss on boss checklist. But yeah, cool, interesting concept. I like that. It's different. But next up, we have Scare of Belief. Right click. What does that even mean? I'm just going to, spawn it in. Boom. Oh god, is this gonna make me believe in scarabs? I don't know. I just watched Blue Beetle, so maybe. All right, we got more lasers. Like I say, you can't be a crazy Terraria end game boss if there ain't no lasers. That's a must-have. This looks kind of crazy though. A lot of projectiles, a lot of tough moves. What is that? Is that like a point blank like sort of stab attack they're doing right there? Hey, I should probably start hitting the boss, right? So we have to hit the right one. I don't know. Can I hit all of them? I think I can hit all of them. Okay, that's a good thing. It's not like the lunatic cultist where there's like a mimic or something. But this is kind of cool how like the boss is kind of hooked onto you. Like you're the center point of the boss. Okay, we got new attacks. Oh shoot. He got like super fast laser beams now. I don't like it. Yo, what the hell? Okay, watch me dodge it. I know I'm in God mode, but watch me dodge it. It's doable. I can beat him. This boss has, is that 2 million I'm looking at? Jesus. Once we start reaching the millions, you know that's kind of crazy. That's why I don't be playing on them harder difficulties. I like this one. This one is cool. It's very different. Not as different as the Mother Brain and Wall of Shadow, but it's cool. It dropped a question mark. Next up is one of the longest boss names ever. World-ending, everlasting, falling whale. Let's bring it in. We got to go to the beach to fight this one. Hopefully I'm not breaking anything spawning them in like this. But like how to spawn them in, how it says how to spawn them in. Like I have no idea what they're talking about. I've always wanted to fight a giant whale Terraria boss. There's been a couple I've seen in mods, but well, I've seen like one ever. And it was from Tremor, and we all know how Tremor is. But yeah, who doesn't have fun fighting giant whales? Well, he's not that big. What do we got here? We got some waves he's shooting at us. I'm noticing jellyfish popping out of the water. There was crabs throwing stuff at us. Cool boss fight so far. We got pufferfish shooting out. Okay, interesting. We are seeing some new enemies. Oh, my boy dropping water on us, trying to make it rain. He like a bulkier Duke Fishron, more attacks. A little bit slower on the speed side. But when I say bulky, I mean it. 2 million health is crazy. Oh my god. He looks really cool though. He reminds me of like those giant turtles from Avatar The Last Airbender. You know, the ones that are like islands, or like Zunisha from One Piece. Things like that are sick. Whole ass like towns or islands on top of like a big animal is always a sick idea. Okay. Phase 2, he moving a little bit faster. He making it rain. He legit like Duke Fishron. He's shooting swordfish out of the water. I kind of like the use of, you know, actual aquatic creatures in this boss fight. It's like Aquaman calling for help, you know, summoning all the aquatic creatures to fight me. If he brings out a turtle, I'm gonna have to whip out the plastic straws. Getting darker, so it really like Duke Fishron. But he's not invisible and he's not like super speed. It's kind of a very peaceful boss fight though. Whoa, what is that? What is that? I can't even tell what that is. Can I pause the game? I still can't tell what it is. Like a piranha? I don't know. Seashells? What? It's a rockfish. Whoa. He bringing out all kinds of fish. He should have like a toxic carp attack. But there you go. The whale has been defeated. And on to the final boss, the sun. Purchase the blueprint from Goblin Tinkerer. What? All right, let's see how this works. I did read on the mod wiki that like there's structures you could build and interact with. So I'm assuming this is what this means. What am I building? I am building hollowed altar. Okay. Boom. Now what? Do I use it? How do these work? Whoa. The structure should be built in the hollowed. My bad, I got it. All right, this looks pretty similar, right? I think. I don't know. Okay, I spawned him. I just started spamming right click until it worked. Got the sun. Oh my god, we got his ass on the cross. Does he just stay there the whole time? Oh, he does. I can't even leave. He's got like a giant like white light around us. It's kind of crazy that he kind of constricts us to this one area and he's shooting all these projectiles. He has a nice 1.8 million health bar. Cool. Whoa. The hands are trying to touch me. Get them damn hands away from me. But this is gonna be an interesting boss fight. It was pretty cool how we spawned them in. Oh my god, raining boulders. I kind of actually really like that idea of how to spawn in bosses like that. How there's like blueprints you gotta create. And as you can see, I lined up the blueprints just to make sure that I wasn't tweaking and I did it right. Yeah, a lot of attacks so far. Like he has a insane variety for such a short time we've been fighting them. Got more attacks throwing out. I don't know what the hell those are. Wrenches? I don't know. This attack easily the scariest. All those boulders. I know the Terraria devs are getting really happy when they see that attack. This attack also looks insane. Looks like a crazier Empress Elite attack. Instead of the like projectiles slowly coming in, it's like it's instant and it covers way more area. But yeah, other than these like 10 attacks he's cycling through, it's been pretty tame. Nothing too crazy. Just good luck, you know, surviving and dodging all these. Especially this. Oh. Okay, I definitely would have got hit. But let us finish this dude off. What you got for us? Phase 2? Nope, he's going to the heavens. See you later. The border of reality collapses. And with that said and done, our journey end and our journey homeward journey is now done. It's a great mod, probably one of my favorite in terms of post-Moonlord content. That's really all we're gonna check out because I know this video is gonna be long as hell, but this mod does add in like a good variety of enemies. Look, it even adds in Scarab Believer, and a lot of the enemies are also like post-Moonlord, so they got like an insane amount of health. Again, you want a mod that adds in post-Moonlord stuff and you don't want to play like Calamity, you want to change it up in terms of post-Moonlord content, boom. This mod right here has you under control. Look at this. I'm still spawning in new enemies. Is that a missile tortoise? A blue shell? That's terrifying. Look at that. It's even got Mario themed enemies, Lost Vikings, Imp Mage, like all kinds of cool stuff. I messed with this heavy. Honestly, this is like the most variety of enemies I've seen from a mod in a minute. But yeah, that was the Homeward Journey mod. Shout out everyone that worked on it. Shout out Spriters, the developers, all of that. It's a great mod. I recommend you check it out. Make sure y'all check out the videos popping out on the screen here, and I'll see y'all next time.